Coming up tonight, we look at tools that can make you richer. Gordon shows the world his bowling skills. We unlock the power to streamline your work. Rick gets a sweat on before almost missing lunch, and a mystery contestant takes on the challenge war.
Hello and welcome to eFIXX TV, your fortnightly live stream here on Facebook and on YouTube. And if you're tuning in and watching it live, you know how super important your comments are, as well as the people doing it on catch-up in order to drive future streams. And tonight's eFIXX live TV show is all about the tools that can transform electricians' wealth and health. So a really important one I would suggest on those. We've got lots of things to get to in order to make this the most exciting show that we can for you. But I know you've already spotted it and we're going to address it straight away. So if you want to bring in hand cam for me, Joe, it's over here. It's a pile of old tools, okay? So we've got things with like Bakelite handles, and way before insulation and VDE was invented, we got these here. So these were sent in by Loyal Fan. They were from Sean Dempsey, so thank you very much. Some of these were owned by his brother, some of them he picked him up himself. And I would suggest that these probably, in the old days, made you a few quid, but wouldn't make productivity any better now. So these old tools are out. Now, what a perfect segue to pick up the person that is missing this evening. When you think of old tools, you think of Gordon Routledge. And Gordon Routledge isn't on the settee with us today because he's currently away shooting a video for us in sunny part of Germany. And we will come back to Germany as well because we've got the Klauke tools here and we've had actually a little trip away from those. So that's why Gordon isn't with us. Okay, how are you, Joe?
Very good, thank you, Gary.
Very good. So you've been producing some content for us today in order that we can think about the installer show, as well as creating a website for our eFIXX Awards. Would you like to start with the eFIXX Awards for me?
I would like to do that indeed. So the eFIXX Awards are now officially open for entry. If I just change the angle to me. Yeah, so entries opened last week and we have a little graphic here and I will read out the categories. So if you want to get your entries in, these are the categories. EV Installer of the Year, Lighting Installer of the Year, Wholesaler of the Year, Person of the Year, Data and Security Installer of the Year, Electrical Marketing of the Year, Commercial and Industrial of the Year, Heating and Ventilation Installer of the Year, and that's a brand new category, so the person who wins that will be the inaugural winner of that category. We've got the Training Provider of the Year, College of the Year, Lecturer of the Year, Renewables Installer of the Year, Residential Installer of the Year, Smart Home Installer of the Year. A lot of
Okay, so that's, yeah, exciting. So the link's in the description if you want to join us for that by nominating. The only way you can win an award is either nominate yourself or nominate someone else, and you can nominate yourself in any of those categories. The form is super simple in order to fill it in, and the only thing stopping you winning that award at the minute is the fact you haven't clicked the link and nominated yourself or someone else. Now, when we said Gordon was out there in Germany, well, you know what it's like, competitive edge. England, Germany, we're already thinking about it. We start our campaign actually on Sunday, but we're going to have to let you into a little secret that when we were away in Germany shooting videos, that Gordon was snapped up by the UK's 10-pin bowling team for veterans. And we've got a little picture of him here that we can bring in. There he is. Okay, so I know what you're thinking there. Looks like an early edition of Come Dancing, which has now been obviously rebranded into the celebrity show near Christmas. But look at that. He is actually out there representing the UK, taking on the Germans. So I would suggest we'll all be cheering him along. And we've got a little snippet later on, it's worth staying on for that, of some footage of him training and the video that got him snapped up by the UK team. So that's really interesting as well, isn't it, Joe?
Definitely worthy of being snapped up by that team, in my opinion.
Okay, we've also got a little bit of a mystery contestant, haven't we, tonight on the race wall?
We have indeed, and rumour has it that they're going to be breaking some, let's say, records. Not maybe the ones that you think, but some records. Okay. Hopefully, anyway. We'll see how he does. And
the photograph that hopefully you appreciate as well, I mean, the person looked like a bit of a unit. Whether they were standing on Nick Ramo's step, we'll find out whether they used the Ramo step as well for that. Now, we've got a load of tools in front of us here, okay? And it might be that you're a tool expert or a tool nerd, but again, that means you end up often turning up at a show or an event. Now, there's one coming up soon in about 2 weeks' time, and you set the task, didn't you, where you was going to go and create a little video for us. Shall we see that video, Joe?
Let's have a look when I find it. Here we go. Over 20,000 people packed under one roof in Birmingham. No, it's not to see Aston Villa in the Champions League for the first time since 1982. It is, of course, for the Installer Show, where from the 25th to the 27th of June, thousands of tradespeople will be gathered in one place. And this year is better than ever before, with 50% more space and over 600 exhibitors. You can talk to your favourite brands, such as these ones, and learn about your favourite products along the way. Whilst there, you can also take the opportunity to get ahead of industry trends, network with peers, and of course, connect and learn with industry experts. There's not long to go now, so reserve your spot. Link in description or bio.
As it said there on the video clip as well, link is in our description on this video if you want to sign up to get yourself a ticket. The tickets cost absolutely nothing and you can go along and see all the massive amount of exhibitors. I think it's doubled through from previous years in order that you can get around that show. And if it's anything like the one we went to last year, it is absolutely fantastic. Now, we've got plenty of tools here and it's only the two of us tonight. Obviously, our resident tools over in Germany. Gordon's over in Germany. Sorry, I apologise about that, Gordon. Obviously practising really hard at the minute. I need another expert. Can we have a look who's in the green room, please?
We can.
So there we have it. He's half awake. Look at that. You're on camera now, Stephen. So we've got Mr. and Mrs. Smith in today. Okay, not the two actors, obviously, that were in the film. Do you remember the two actors in Mr. and Mrs. Smith? It was back in the day.
Yeah, good film, that. I can't remember the actors.
Brad Pitt was one of them.
Yeah, Brad Pitt and
Angelina Jolie, which was one of his wives, I would imagine there. So you could say we've got the Smiths in, again, not the band, so they won't be singing any songs either. And I've actually had to promise on camera that I wouldn't bring Mrs. Smith in, so hold on later on to see what she looks like. So we're going to bring Stephen in now in order to help me. Okay, so Stephen, come and join us. Get him in. You're going to have to squeeze yourself in, young man over there. Okay, so returning visitor to eFIXX TV, which means obviously you haven't had to do the race wall, have you?
No, not today.
So
I was looking forward to it, to be honest.
yeah, you wanted another crack, didn't you?
I did.
Because you dropped a screw and you reckon you found it 3 years after you did that.
I literally found it.
Yeah, you found the screw that you were moaning about you lost before. So you also do not know, do you, who's coming up on the race wall? So it's a mystery to you. We're hoping they can get here before the end of the show. If they don't, we still get to see their race wall and we wait with bated breath because I actually did the race wall on Monday. So that was a little bit different for us as well. Now, for the people who don't remember from last time, Stephen, can you give us in 60 seconds a little bit of a background about yourself? And then we'll move on from there.
Yeah, I'm Stephen Smith. I'm the CEO and founder of InstallHub, also known as Platform De-Risk. InstallHub's our software platform. I've been in the renewable space for around 15 years now, at various levels, from on the tools, then obviously into management and obviously running my own company. We're a full tech business now, so got a lot of experience from being an installer myself and then developing now software solutions for installers, hopefully make their lives easier.
Okay, so the bit we like about there is obviously you're an electrician like myself and we've got a load of electricians tools here and I'm suggesting with the help of our community, if you can put it in the comments as well for us, is there a tool that you've bought that you can clearly say has saved you money, so in other words increase your productivity, and you believe also that maybe it's took a little bit of wear and tear off you? So I think any good tool will obviously save you money, okay, so you can make some more money, save you time, making you more money, and obviously save that body. And we've got some classic examples as we go through. So first up, we're going to go with possibly Gordon's favourite tool, okay, is the strut slayer. Would you agree with that, Joe?
He absolutely loves that thing, doesn't he?
He does. When that came in, he went down to the Alexa, I think he found it the first time, and he was all over that tool, okay, and eventually we got hold of one of those. So can we just play a little bit of a clip and why we think the strut slayer is a fantastic time saver, and I'll reminisce on when I was an electrician. When I was an electrician as an apprentice, I was expected to cut the strut that was then used to support cable trays and trunkins, and look how effortless the area is with the strut slayer. And order to cut those with a hacksaw took me days and days and days. Now, as an apprentice, it was a part of the ritual in order to be part of the team. Did you start for the same, Stephen?
Yeah, yes.
And was it hard work?
Yes.
Yeah, and even though the channel was half the size of that I had to cut, it took a lot of effort. Now, I know what people will be saying, this is quite a pricey tool, and I totally agree with that. And if you're only an occasional strut cutter, maybe it's a couple of lengths in a year, then maybe it's a job for the electrician and apprentice. If you're doing that day in, day out, I think it'll pay for itself in no time.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
Anything that makes your life easier and helps your joints
Yeah.
long term. That's the thing.
And I think sometimes that's the thing that we miss, isn't it? That, me as a 17-year-old young apprentice cutting that uni strut probably was a bit of a, I can do it, a bit of machoism and all the rest of it. But when you think about the 57-year-old Gary, would I still want to be cutting that? Absolutely not. And, Gordon at 94, he wouldn't want to.
Starting off when you slip.
Oh, yeah. And quite shiny as well, isn't it? It didn't grip straight away. So, again, I think if you're cutting a lot of strut, I think the strut slayer will make you more money by saving you time, but ultimately save you the body. So again, if you agree with that statement, please put it in the comments below that you agree with that statement, or disagree that you don't think it's the right money, or is there another tool that you think can do an equally good job, but obviously wouldn't cost you maybe as much as the strut slayer? But for me, that's a big tick and would be absolutely on my list of stuff to get.
I agree.
Now, we've just come back from Germany. Well, most of us have. One of us is still playing 10-pin bowling. And we went to see the Klauke factory in Germany, and it was fantastic. And we love the Klauke tools. And we went over there to see a new tool that's just about to be released. It's on the same sort of platform that we've seen before. We're going to have a look at this one, Joe. So this here is a cable that can cut and strip conductors. Now, these jaws here are interchangeable with other jaws that we've seen for things like ferrule crimping and copper lug crimping. So where we think of red, blue and yellow crimp lugs, you can change these out in order to do that. So if you've bought the set itself, that's fine. It's just a change of heads, but we've got this as a brand new set, and I've set it up for 16mm squared cable. So the top section here is the stripping section, and the bottom section here does the cutting. Now, if you're an occasional cutter of cables, quite rightly, as the rule will apply all night, it's probably going to be a tool you don't need. But if you're in a position where you can just buy a separate set of heads for all the things you ferrule crimp, you copper lug crimp, which I don't seem to be able to say, and cut cables, then this would be another way of saving a lot of energy. Now, we've all seen large croppers. I've picked 16mm. It's not the largest size it goes to, but I've picked 16mm. And let's imagine we had to cut many cables in one action. So I'm going to just drop this in here, okay, into the bottom section. I'm going to pull and hold the trigger. Well, don't get much easier than that, does it? So absolutely no effort at all there, Joe, for me, just by pulling that trigger. None of that trying to get a ratchet crimper or a pair of croppers and eventually ruin your wrist. And I don't know whether you were the same. Do you play much golf?
No,
you don't play any golf?
No, I don't, to be honest.
Big table tennis player? No. So I used to struggle with my wrist because I used to do stuff at work all the time. And then when I played golf, I used to hurt my left wrist. So again, that's great. Now, next up is the stripping element. He's brought me back out. I'm going to do the stripping element next. Yeah, so I've got to pay attention. This here I've put on as an extra additional, it's a stop. I could show you how to build this up, but I'm just conscious of the length of our actual videos. So when we go there, that could come out if I wanted it to. So I'm going to use that as a position to stop the cutting blade. So if I bring that in there, I'm just going to stop it there. And that's the length I want to strip these. Maybe I'm putting some copper lugs on it, so copper tube lugs. So I'm going to hold it into position there, press and do my trigger, and then you can see I've made a perfectly clean, let's pull it off, perfectly clean cut, and obviously that would be the right length for a copper lug. Now, if you're only doing the bond into the water or gas in a dwelling, I would suggest maybe this tool is a little bit over the top and maybe your wrist could survive 2 stripping actions. You're sitting in front of a large panel, carrying out this work over a period of time. You're stripping, you're cutting, you're lugging, you're stripping, you're cutting, you're lugging. I'd suggest that this could save me time. What does that mean to me as the installer?
Time is money.
Time is money. And then what about me as a human being?
Again, if it's
Time is
wear
life.
and tear.
Yeah,
So,
wear and tear.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
more you do something, obviously, it's going to have an impact.
It does. And that'll be risks, etc., and all the rest of it. And that brings me nicely into the next one. Have you ever had an electric screwdriver?
I haven't actually.
No. Oh, you come off the tools. Were you the old brace and bit ones, the ones that just ratcheted round? Or were these your tools here that Sean Dempsey sent in for me?
No, I've never had an electric screwdriver.
No, okay.
Electric drills.
Okay, I'm not, yes, and most people use their drills as a screwdriver bit as well. Well, I've not been a massive fan of this over the years, but they did improve it, and this is the Weha Speedy 2. Now, again, make sure you comment below about tools that you like that can save you, obviously, time. What does time mean again? Money. It does mean money, and obviously your body as well. Now, this is the Speedy 2 here, and I've been less than favourable towards it, right up until the point that I took on Joe Robinson in a Dinrail challenge where we had to do, I think, about 60 connections. And I did them by hand, because obviously that's me, old school Gary. And he did them using this electric screwdriver, and he completely destroyed me. But more importantly for me, when I finished that video, my wrists were so incredibly sore. All my arms here, the old lactic acid. Do you remember that when you were a younger man? And you were using your arm and your wrist regularly, and you built it up. You could see it, couldn't you? You were crazy. Yeah. You agree with that one, Stephen? Yeah. So, what were you chasing walls? I was thinking, I don't know what you were thinking about. Your mind drifted rather quickly to the right. Yes, that's better.
Cutting unistrut.
Yes, cutting unistrut. That's what I mean. And it goes like rock hard. Well, mine was. It goes quite solid, okay, so yeah, in there, it goes, you can feel it, can't you? Yeah. And I was like that when I was finished, and I was like, can you imagine doing that day after day after day? Have you ever had that problem, Joe, where your wrist is incredibly sore from a repetitive action?
Yeah, sometimes at the gym, when you work on the old forearms, it can get like that a few days after.
Keyboards? You ever get on keyboards? Do you ever get on keyboards?
Or you're not really, not keyboards, I wouldn't say. Phones, maybe. I've got a little indent in my thumb from where I've held my phone. Might be from that, might not be.
Okay.
That's the modern version. My old man, he's got issues with. He's ex-engineer.
And got issues
repetitive strain.
Yeah, and that links nicely when we were in Germany, obviously where Gordon's out there doing his veteran temp in bowling. When we spoke to a couple of the engineers from Germany that were there on the Klauke day, they said they'd done a eFIXX day as well. Okay, and then one of them said, well, I've done a WeHard day. And I said, oh, right, okay, we're comparing screwdrivers and techniques and that. And he said, well, when we did it, we had a person with the Speedy 2, and they had sensors on their arms, and then we had somebody with a normal screwdriver, and they actually measured the muscles, effort, and all the rest of it over a period of, I don't know how many it was now, but it was like, and he said it was absolutely clear the actual wear and tear and damage you do by traditional screwing.
Measurable.
Yeah, so it's a measurable thing. And we're in a society now, and if you employ anyone, and you do, we do, so you're responsible for their health over a period of time. If you're self-employed, you'd like to think your own health is high on your own priorities. If there is a tool out there that for the cost of it and the amount you're going to use it can make you more money by speeding up your job, or by actually giving you an opportunity to get to your retirement or the end of the day, how many times do you lay in bed with everything aching?
Quite often.
Quite often. Long time ago. I bet it's Biros now, innit? I bet you're there. Oh, I got home and you wouldn't believe how sore that. In a bit of skin there, it's as tough as you can believe.
It's more brain tire now.
All right, okay, yes, I'd like to say I'm in the same one day. So I'd agree now, since that and a bit of reflection and a little bit less ego involved, I agree that if you can find a tool that you're going to be doing many times, Dimrail's been a good example. I'm going to say for the first time on camera that the Speedy 2 and its application actually would save me time, make me money, and obviously stop that lactic acid building up in my arms. So a good one. Again, we'll come back to comments in a minute and we'll see who's on Comments Corner, because we are running a skeleton crew this evening, as you could well tell. No doubt King of the Takeaways will be in later on when Rick will be back in. Once all the hard work's been done, he'll slip back in for his food. Yeah, back from food college. So the next one is a nice one for me. Now, when I was on site, did you chase walls by hand?
Yes, sometimes.
Bolster, chisel and lump hammer?
Yeah, sometimes.
What was the alternative?
I can't remember what the tool's called now.
Well, that's the idea of the question. Right.
Can't think what it's called. It's has a little end on it that vibrates. If it's a plaster wall. What are you looking at? No, it's not that tool.
Hey, anyone in the comments would like to give me a bit of a hand here? It's got a vibrating end and...
I can't think what it's called.
Not a multi-tool?
Yeah, it might be a
multi-tool.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope it was.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a minute.
Yeah, well, obviously. Now, I was old school, and I've even made videos back when I was teaching, because we had an assessment where you had to chase a wall effectively by hand. Yeah. So you had to do the full, break the chase to start with, drop it out, put a box in, conduit and all the rest of it. And even though it was a thermalite wall, those young people trying to train to be electricians found it quite hard now. And the amount of people that give me stick, and you think to yourself, there is easier ways now. And I would have loved to have had the ability to use a wall chaser. Now, we got any footage of a wall chaser? Show me, obviously, what I was missing out as a younger man and at college. So here we go. This effectively has a couple of blades on it. You saw a little spark there, I think, as it goes off, and it grinds its way down some channels in order that you can, in this case, I think we're putting a box in here. So we're doing it to chase a box into a wall. This was done by Joe Hammond at his house, or his location. So we did this as a little video when we're making a few short videos. But already you can see that you've got an area there that's now loose. Yeah. Did you ever do the old aero where you used to drill holes and drill holes and drill holes until you got it so like honeycomb, and then...
Exactly that, yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's bits of kit now, believe it or not, Stephen, that can do that. Okay.
Amazing.
Yeah, isn't it?
Technology.
Yeah. Or again, somebody would say, yeah, but real electricians would chase walls. I can't think of anything worse. Rewires, lifting floors, if they lifted themselves, and chasing walls was done by something other than me, I'd have been a happy person. So I think, again, a wall chaser, have you got one? Can you leave a comment below? Have you got a wall chaser? Has it made you quicker at rewiring properties, whether it be commercial or industrial? Has it speeded up that process? And you've now said, for the investment that I believe I'm making more money now, I've paid for it, than I did before. And possibly, it's a little bit heavy, but possibly that action that I've got to do, which is holding it against the wall, is probably going to save me physically for a while. PPE, let's do that. How hot were you on PPE in yours? Chasing a house out, what would you be wearing?
Certainly goggles.
Right.
Is probably the most important. Goggles, gloves.
No, I'm asking for the truth, Stephen. So
Yeah,
what were you wearing? You were wearing goggles and gloves?
Yeah, goggles and gloves as a minimum, yeah.
Okay, well done.
Yeah, maybe a hat, depending if there was a...
Backwards?
Backwards.
Well, yeah, well, no. Oh, right.
No, never backwards. No.
I would say that I probably never really wore a dust mask. So in all the times I was doing properties and chasing and lifting floors and carpets and thermal insulation, I probably didn't wear a mask at all. And I love looking on social media now at the people with all the kit, including all the protective kit, because they're saying to themselves, when I'm as old as Gordon, I still want to be on this planet. It's that, you don't want to be breathing like brick dusting, okay, and all the rest of it, and fiberglass and all the rest of it.
Asbestos.
That would be terrible, wouldn't it? Yeah, and there's one member of the team, Joe Robinson, is fricked to death of anything with asbestos, and which is probably the right thing to be.
Yeah.
So again, I think we take it really seriously, and I think tools can be a part of that seriously process. So, okay, what one have you got? You got any for me, young man? Do you think of a tool that you think can make life a lot easier?
Any tools?
Yeah, so...
I'd probably think of the spit, to be fair.
Right, okay. Why would we say the spit is possibly one of eFIXX's favourite tools, Joe?
Well, whenever there's something to nail to a wall, it gets nailed, doesn't it?
And who's more likely to have it in their hand than anyone else?
I'd definitely say my dad.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyone comes to Lineside Studios, and people are always welcome, always best to contact us beforehand. Do not come on a Friday, I would suggest, because in the afternoon, the place is pretty empty, and me and Gordon normally work from home on that day as well. But if you want to see Rick and Joe, that would be great to come along for that one. But as you come down our driveway, everything that possibly could be is nailed to the wall, because when it comes, Gordon just goes out and fires stuff. It's true, though, when you see boxes, random bits of trunking, all the rest of it.
Metal fence and everything.
Yeah, metal fence, yeah, girders, anything we can. There's just things everywhere. So again, if you're the sort of person that puts up a couple of bits of cap in a year, probably isn't for you. If you're the sort of person that maybe works with a concrete fabric and where you're trying to support cables maybe above a suspended ceiling, I think it's absolutely for you. So again, have you got a spit? Do you think it was worth the purchase? It's not a cheap purchase. Do you believe it's speeded up work? And when we speed up work, what do we think of?
Money.
Yeah, money. Lots of money. If I'm going quicker, I'm doing more work and I'm earning more money. Again, a little bit heavy. So again, you've got to weigh up the fact that you're actually firing it into the ceiling. But then we think about vibration, white finger and things like that. When you've got the drill equivalent, okay, that's going to cause you an issue as well. So again, one of our favourite tools. Did you ever get a go with it? Have you had a little go with it, Joe?
I've had loads of go with it.
Oh, have you? Okay, so you've got a touch of the Routledges about you, have you? So
Yes.
pick it up, down it to the wall, pick it up, down to the wall. And again, Rick's always trying to get one as well, hasn't he? So as Rick's going through his journey, and his next journey step is to try and get out into the industry. And we'll, at some point, maybe later on in the show, if he turns up, we'll reach out to, hopefully, you lot, and we'll see if you can help him out. So that gives us the spit nail gun. And at the minute, probably in the comments, and we will come to comments corner in a minute, and we'll see who's over there. You're probably thinking these are pretty weighty purchases. Imagine you thought that you would like them all. You've got to justify that number. And that's a tough thing to do in business, isn't it? To justify big outlays. Because it's return on investment, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah. If you stick it in your van, what's the other problem when you've got loads of expensive stuff in your van?
And getting stolen.
Yeah, okay, and we've seen lots of stories, and the plumbing fraternity and a few others went down to Parliament just about a week or so ago and actually drove around to say there's not enough action being taken by people selling tools at car boot sales, which have clearly probably come from...
It's a big issue.
Yeah, so again, I understand that one as well. So I've got a couple of lower-end purchases, and again, if you've got something that's inexpensive that you think is brilliant as a tool, that saves you time, therefore makes you more money, okay, then put it in the comments below. But I've gone for two, one new one. So I've got this one here. We're going to demo show this in a short video at some point. So what we've got here is the new version of the armour slice. So again, now there's no winding here. Push it down onto the cable with the blade, okay, and then just tighten it off and then spin it in the correct direction in order that the blade will cut through. When you're finished, just release it and off you go. Now, I wasn't very good, and I've been honest with the people at CK. I called the first one the toffee twister, that I couldn't get on with it. It kept digging in. The first time and only time I used this, it worked an absolute treat. So I think I'm converted now from never wanting one to actually now I do want one, and I believe that would make my life that little bit easier, a little bit faster, and I'd make a little bit neater of a job. And I think the small purchase this would definitely be one thing that I'd add to my toolkit if I was out on site now. But I'm not.
I think I've just realised on that as well, there's an arrow on the top which tells you which way to go.
On the top.
There's these little grooves here as well.
Yes, these ones, yeah. So which way round to go,
feature,
yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it is a good little feature. You've got an arrow there, as you said, and you've got that arrow there, and you bet dyslexic Gary always twisted it the wrong way to start with. I noticed you're laughing early there. Massively dyslexic, always going to do things the wrong way. Now this is, okay, I'll sit down for a second. This is possibly one of Rick's favourite tools. However, I've seen Gordon with this as well, and he's fallen in love with it. So he actually campaigned for this to go in, whereas I'd gone in for the CK armour slice as an inexpensive tool. But we've got this one here. Okay, so we've got the Sigmund, and it is a laser level. Okay, so anyone who's got a laser level, we've done a review on this. Me and Rick did a review on this long before Rick's tool time. But Rick, absolutely, when every opportunity you'll see this in videos, and especially our short ones, in order to level up. Incredibly inexpensive for what you get. Comes with all the kit, works out the box, and I think it's a must-have nowadays. A lot of electricians are out there using a laser level of some type, and I think this gets the thumbs up for an inexpensive tool that is one that should be added to anyone's toolkit. So there we go.
Time saving.
Yeah, I just think what we used to do. Oh, just string lines round. Did you ever do the old water level, trying to get it up like that? I used to see the ceiling fitters back in the early days come in with the old water level in order to get, and then when they got laser, that was huge money, but it was like, right, we've got to protect this room because we've got a laser level. Sit in the middle of the room, yeah. Up it goes. You were all envious of them, thinking you'll never need one of them yourself. And now Gary's put it in as a must-have in the toolbox. Now I'm going to go over and see who's in comments corner. And when I go over there, hopefully she's got a camera pointing towards her, but she hasn't, so I'm going to move the camera at the same time. So Joe, while we do a little bit of Heath Robinson, which is probably wrong, Joe Robinson will tell me what I'm meant to be doing. I'll move the camera around. Look at this. This is how it works at eFIXX when you're short of staff. So we're going to go into here, and we're going to try and get Jenny on camera. Hello, Jenny, the surprise guest in comments corner.
And she doesn't have a mic.
No, I'm going to go close to her, so it's fine. So how are we doing, Jenny?
I'm fine.
Fine, you're fine.
The trouble is, I don't have a background in electrical, so anybody could be sending me anything.
Okay, so we're not looking. So we've got Joe Robinson in the comments. Anything electrical goes through him. Any links you need, okay, will be in the description. So for things we've talked about, and we will talk about future in the video. What we got is great questions. There's Darren Cronus. How does the air fryer rate? Okay, so. I don't know what
that's a dig at you.
Right, okay. So we'll come back. So this is where Comments Corner is. Also, are you on the burner phone this evening?
I am.
So you're multitasking, is that right? Okay, well, we can't do it. Don't show Mrs. Smith. Whatever you do, don't show Mrs. Smith over there. We're not allowed to show Mrs. Smith. We'll come back to her. Now, talking to Mrs. Smith, you've got 2 kids at home. I promise to give them a shout out. We got your daughter Sienna and your son Zach, is that right?
That's correct.
So they're sitting at home, and I'd just like to tell you, Sienna, you are allowed to stay up to the very end. So Mum's give me the nod. If she doesn't want to stay up to the end, she'll come on camera at some point and tell you to go to bed. Ignore your text messages you're going to get now, so you're allowed to stay up to the very end. Agreed?
Yeah, that's fine by me.
Okay. So tools. So is there a standout tool for you that you had back in the day?
A standout tool?
Yeah.
God, like I said, it's been a minute since I've been on the tools, but standout tool. Well, I made the wide strippers. I had when they first come out.
Well, the stripper ones.
Yeah,
where
just the handheld strippers. Yeah, that's probably the tool that I use obviously most.
Okay.
But yeah, I didn't have anything fancy. Like all these tools, I don't have anything like that.
No, not at all.
You know,
No. Oh, hang on, the Curry kid's here. So yeah, he's finished at college. He's just going to get himself a drink and he'll have his takeaway. So Rick's just turned up. What time is it? Can anyone give him the time?
8:30 now.
8:30. So he's got a half an hour drive and his course finishes at 9 o'clock. Do the maths. What time he left? Yeah. Hello, Rick. How are you? Good. We've just done some of your favourite tools. So we're going now on to Rick's Tool Time. What a brilliant segue into Rick's Tool Time. Shall we see what Rick's up to on Rick's Tool Time?
Rick's Tool Time. Welcome to Rick's Tool Time. Time to fess up. Have you ever decided to remodel the jaws of the side cutters by cutting through a live cable? Perhaps you continue to use them with a small chunk missing from the blade, serving as a reminder of a near miss. Of course, we should be checking cables are dead with a non-contact voltage indicator before cutting, but it's easy to forget and become complacent. Well, today I've got a hold of a handy gadget that's an upgrade to your side cutters. The E-detector from NWS, also known as Philo and other brands. It's a non-contact voltage indicator similar to the pen style ones we're used to seeing. The difference here is that it attaches directly to the handle of the NWS soft grip handles, so it's always by your side cutters. Let's be clear, this isn't an alternative to proper safe isolation. If you can access the terminals of the device, you must undertake the full safe isolation process. So how does this wizardry work? The E-detector uses capacitive sensing technology to detect the presence of voltage in electrical conductors. Essentially, it senses the electric field generated by an AC voltage. When you bring the tester close to live wires, the electric field induces a small current into the detector's internal circuitry, then triggers the LED indicator. It's got a red LED that lights up when voltage is detected and an integrated torch to help you see when you're working in those tricky dark spaces. To use it, just press the on-off button at the top. A white light comes on showing that the device is active and ready to go. It also has a self-test feature to make sure it's working correctly each time you use it. The E-detector meets the EN 61010-1 standard and is rated for Cat 3 300 volts, which is reassuring for safety. It's compatible with any pliers and cutters that have soft grip handles, and it has an eyelet for attaching to the lanyard. Plus, it comes with batteries included, so you can start using it straight out of the box. So here's how to use the E-detector. Press the on-off button on the top and the white light at the front shows the device is active. Move the E-detector along the cable, keeping it within 1 to 5 millimeters from the surface. If it detects an alternating voltage, the red light will come on. After you've finished, press the on-off button again and all the lights will turn off. In the pack, you'll find 2 screw-on back options, one with a lanyard attachment and one without. This lets you choose how you want to carry it. Be warned though, this screw is tiny and there are no spares. Once you've sorted all of that, you can slide the E-detector onto your side cutters and off you go, carrying out quick voltage checks before cutting any cables. So let me know what you think. Is it great or is it a gimmick? Get your votes in, but till then, I'll see you on the flip side. Ta-da.
Rick's Tool Time. Okay. We've been waiting for this, haven't we? Oh, you haven't do the race all though, did you? You didn't have to do the race all. Did you get a t-shirt last year and me come saying you'd been on the Electricians channel?
I did.
Yeah, so you no need for, well, you might need the next size up since the last
You give me
saw
a triple XL last time.
Oh, you've grown into it. I like it. Yeah, okay, we've only got 2 sizes. Don't fit and baggy. That's what we've got. So we're under here. This wasn't a thing, was it, when
No,
we were here
this is
last
new
time?
to me, yeah.
Do you remember Shooting Stars? Vic Reeds and
do.
Bob Mortimer?
I do, yeah.
It's,
I'm old enough
it's
to.
actually Bob Mortimer. You look a lot like now. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. Yeah, and he's got the smile, hasn't he? So, wow, that's perfect. Do you remember what they said? What did they have to do to get the dove to come
They
down?
used to coax it.
Yeah, and what did they say?
They made a sound.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, that was it.
But we're going to use the word tool.
Tool,
Now,
okay.
how much of tool have you got in you?
That's the missus.
Kids are watching this. Kids, your daughter stayed up to the end for this one. So, when I say a tool, there's a tool inside you, yes?
Yeah.
Can you feel the tool inside you?
I can.
Yeah, okay. So, when we got the tool inside us, we've got to get that tool to come out your mouth. Okay, so at the minute you've got the tool in your mouth, and I want you to bring it down by using tool.
Are you joining me for this?
I'm gonna hear a solo to start with.
Okay.
Okay, to get Rick's tool, okay, you need it to come out your mouth. Ready? So, give us one on your own. Tool. Well, if you could make that louder, that'd be one of the best ones we've had. Can you sing a bit? Can you sing a bit?
No.
You play a bit of football, but you can't sing.
I can't sing.
So you're a bit like...
I'm not a triple threat.
No, you're not.
No.
You're a bit of a John Terry, are you? Yeah, stand by me. Here we go. So, are we ready? So, together.
Okay.
Okay, I don't think it'll move on the first one. We'll try, yeah?
We'll try.
Here we go then. Tool! what are the chances? That didn't go anywhere, did it?
No.
So what we're saying there is you've got to get really deeply into the tool. You've got to really get in your back of your throat, get the word tool, and get it out from the back of your throat,
You're
okay?
going to lead by example.
I am, yes. I've got a tool in my mouth now, and I'm going to pull it out. Ready?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
It's going to be a long night, isn't it? It's going to be a long night, eh? Yeah?
Is that correct?
Curry, yes. I mean, I've just been leaking a bit of the gas as well already on that. So this time, I reckon we're going to get it, right? Okay, but we've got to properly, right deep down in you, okay, so you can get it out of you. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
There we go.
Wow. You're one of the best tools we've had. Okay, brilliant. Do you want to send it back up, young man?
said.
Yes. Here we go. So here we go. So there you go. That's for you. Okay, so there he is. Okay, so you've now got to look at that. We've obviously seen Rick's tool, Tom. Rick likes most things. Okay, and you've got that little handy little gadget, or not as the case may be. We'd like the comments from the people to come in. Hopefully they're commenting whether they think it was a great or a gimmick. And you've got 60 seconds in the audience to give your opinion. What do you think of it initially there, Stephen?
I like it, to be honest. Obviously, it's small, fits on the snips. It's dead simple, on and off.
Yeah, it is. So just take that for us a second. So while you're having a look at that, I'm just going to cough over here. Okay, so that's better.
Excuse you?
Yes, sorry about that. I've got your tool stuck in my throat by the sounds of things. Okay, so here we go. So here we go. So what do we think? Do you want to? Is it on at the moment?
Yeah, just turn it on.
Okay, so we can put it near AC, it would illuminate. Okay, it doesn't work on DC according to the video we just watched, and it's also a torch. Anything that's also a torch has got to be a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's your board. It's up to you where you want to stick your tool from above. Okay,
get out
it's
the way,
entirely your
I
choice.
do
So
like this. I wouldn't,
you take one if it was free, wouldn't you?
It's a backup, isn't it? Just in case you forget something, but where's me?
Right,
I
okay.
will put this.
Okay, here he
I do
goes,
think
folks.
it's quite useful.
Oh, hang on.
Sorry, I'm destroying the shear. I'm going to put it around here.
Okay.
Is that
Solid
like?
4, that.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah, about there.
Solid 4. Yeah, that's 4 out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Right, take
like
a seat.
it.
Yeah, that's good. Fantastic. So down he comes. Look, skeleton team. We can't show everybody on screen here. Okay, I've already got in trouble once for
No,
this.
don't worry.
So, yeah,
we going
I've had
next?
I've had permission from the boss. She didn't give me permission then. Right, okay, so what I've got now is a little bit of a gripe for me, personally, this one is, before we go into the next thing. So thank you very much for Rick for his tool time. That we'll probably invest as electricians in tools because we see the worth in them, and I totally agree with that. Our home habits will be that we'll probably have a device at home, whether it be a smart TV, whether it be a phone or a tablet, and we will download an app to make our lives more entertaining. Maybe it's Netflix, or we download an app because it makes life a little bit easier. Maybe it's the one that allows you to purchase things that can come with next day free delivery if you've paid for the sponsorship for the yearly subscription, okay? Didn't say Prime there at all, did I? So, which was good. And we'll do that. And we love the fact that that's so easy. We go on, we find it, we click it, we buy it, and we're out the door. And then, and this is where the audience has got to stay with us, when you say to an electrician, I've got an app that can make your life, it's almost like you can hear the patter of feet. And they're often running the other way. Yet they don't come to work on foot or a horse. They don't have a hand drill. Okay, they have all the latest tech, but the minute you say, I've got something that can make your life easier, okay, and when we say easier, what should that mean to them?
Money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
time is money.
maybe also give you more time doing other stuff other than work, which will be beneficial to your body. They seem to be a little bit of a runaway. Now, last time we spoke, you had EV Comply, and a very successful piece of software, an app that allowed people to do an EV install. It did the D&O notification, it did all the paperwork, and people absolutely loved it. But you decided to take that to the next level, didn't you?
Yeah, that's fair to say. It's now InstallHub. Is
Okay.
the first thing. So yeah, we've got InstallHub. Essentially, it's a feature-packed job management software platform to streamline the installation processes for multiple different types of installation.
Okay, I'm going to be a bit tough on you here. I haven't told you this off camera, so you're going to find this out for the first time. I've been experiencing three of these apps, okay, over the time at eFIXX. And why does yours stand out from the rest then, Stephen? So tell me, so I'm with the audience at the minute, you're going to need to win me over.
Yeah.
So why should I go for the installer hub?
Yeah. InstallHub.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you for that. So that's it to get people right, because that's what I did first, because of earlier on.
Yeah.
Install lowercase, hub uppercase. I'm thinking now, I'm going to take a leap into your world.
Yeah.
Tell me why I should have it.
Well, first and foremost, it's a cost-effective solution for installers. So, you know, it's we make it very easy for them to sign up to the platform. We think it's very cost-effective for them. They get unlimited jobs, unlimited access to the platform to put as many customers through. There's no kind of ties and minimums on it. But ultimately, it's going to make their lives easier. It's going to help them streamline their administration. There's a lot of automation in there. There's some really good features in regards to DNOs, and we can talk about them a bit as well.
Okay, so straight away then, so someone's going to come to me and I'm going to give them InstallHub as the first thing they see when they arrive at my brand.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So as an InstallHub or an installer using InstallHub, you can brand the platform so your customers will see.
Sorry, so brand the platform for you or for me?
For you, for your business.
So I can white label it effectively.
White labeling effectively.
Right. Okay. So hang on, I'm a little bit more interested now. So it's not. I'm not going to come in and see somebody else's logo. No. They're going to land on my website and they're going to feel that I've built this platform.
Yeah. Essentially.
Okay.
Essentially. Yes.
Okay. That's a good start. So so I come onto your platform and I see. You know, I want to come in, and I come in, let's make it nice and easy for those people who don't know me. Let's imagine I was going to have a battery and solar installation in my own property. We'll keep it at a domestic level. It's bigger than that, but let's keep it at a domestic level to start with. I've come onto your web page, okay, and I've gone in and I've clicked in to say I'm interested in a solar battery installation. Yeah. Talk me through the process.
So InstallHub's packed with all kinds of features and tools to help you acquire customers and engage customers and then process them customers. So you can then enable links on your website or any other channels you might have to source leads and inquiries from customers, your social channels, for example. And you can set up these forms. You can create as many as you want. You can customize them so your customers fill in information. And as they start to do that straight away, they basically create themselves on your system as a customer. So they're starting to input themselves into your account.
See, I like that under EV Comply, that when they came in, you actually got this is the IKEA trick. You got the customer to start doing the process in order that you minimise the amount of time wasted by the electrician turning up maybe a dead call or one that couldn't have the product installed. So you found out quickly I was on the 14th floor of 20 and I couldn't have any solar panels because I didn't own the roof. That's you haven't had to drive out to find my flat. So I've come in, I've got onto your platform. What would you like me to do as the customer to make it easier for you, the electrician?
So obviously provide some information in the first instance, and that can be as, again, it's up to the installer what they ask of the customer, but it could be as simple as name, address, postcode and contact details. But you can also ask them to provide you images, even video of the potential installation. So, you can request anything really, and then when that comes into the installer's InstallHub account, they can review that then, review the information that's come in, and at that point then, they can make some decisions as an installer.
Okay, I'm getting there. Okay, so I'm going to keep picking away at it, Stephen, I'm afraid. So so you might ask for a photograph of the mains then. So if we're thinking about maybe having solar battery, so we'll picture the mains end, picture of the consumer unit. Bonding. Possible locations. So if they went to a load of photographs in their loft, you'd say, no, you can't have that. Is there anywhere outside? Is there a room inside, well ventilated? All these things that you've built into your model form effectively through experience the electrician's done. Yeah. Okay, and I've got all these photographs on there. I've still got to visit site though, have I?
Not, well, you obviously, depending on the complexity, let's say, of the installation, some obviously warrant site visits every time, but you've got a self-survey you can do from the customer by giving some basic information, but you can book a site visit, go out, and we've got a mobile app to enable you to do that. But then we've also got remote video survey, a virtual surveying tool built into the app as well. So that's it's giving your customers options, convenience and options. You don't necessarily have to go to site on certain types of install.
I like that. So we're all so used to now, are we, post-COVID, the Zoom, or effectively whatever that platform is. Yeah. So on this platform then, we could either book an appointment or if I was quick enough, I could almost do it live, couldn't you? If you saw someone coming on the platform, I could video request them, pre-scheduled or off the cuff, start talking to them face to face before I even turn up.
That's correct, yeah.
Now, the biggest thing we've done before with Richard Few, I think his name was, he said, you look the customer in the eye and you'll know very early on, are they your customer? So that's a two-way thing for me, because I think when you ask a tradesperson you've never seen before to turn up at your house to give you a quote, when you open that front door, you're wondering if the place looks like an archaeological dig, or they've got a full set of teeth. You know, it's like, you know, that sort of thing, isn't it? I've got a nice little cough, so excuse me. Yeah. So you're wondering whether that person is the right person for you, and that's really important. So you're telling me very quickly that I could have taken some photographs and be actually talking to the contractor.
Yeah, and where it does help is obviously getting that information in, whether it's, you know, say photographs, video, or a virtual appointment. At that point, then you can decide as the installer. If you've got a good understanding of the install, you could just quote them straight away. So give them an indicative quote, and that can be done in seconds.
So let's go back to EV charging. So if we go back, we know why I went for battery solar, because it's my thing. So if I went for an EV charger, mains end, consumer unit, possible location, driveway, video call, maybe not, you could do. You could be automatically almost sending that quote to them with never turning up.
Yeah. An indicative quote, this is what we, you know, if it's a standard installation, obviously you'll have your own criteria as an installer. Every installer has their own kind of criteria, don't they? So is a standard install? So all the tools are there for you. It's the options you've got as the installer, how to engage and take your customers on that journey, but also then as the customer as well, you've got the options and the convenience of having site survey, providing information or virtual appointments.
I'm going to take a deep breath now. I've got to think about the next bit, because this is, I know, just like this is, hopefully the comments are coming in to help me out on this one, because my mind's now racing about what this could be. So all of a sudden then I could save myself that evening work or weekend work where potentially I'm driving round to look at some very low-level jobs. EV charging, I'm not suggesting anyone out there installs Adam or anyone like that. It's a low-level job. But if it is the consumer unit and meter box back onto the driveway, the EV charger's going on the driveway, you don't need to go and see that, do you? Series of photographs and a quick video chat, walk around and just have a look, you know, virtually, you've already quoted them.
I was going to jump further back than that as well. That tool can also be used to book appointments post-installation as well.
Right.
So if your customers had an issue, you might have a job that's an hour, 2 hours away. You know, rather than jumping in the van and going there, the first thing you can do is kind of book that kind of appointment with them.
Right.
See if you can troubleshoot. You know, you might have to go to site, but you might be able to troubleshoot it from the comfort of your office or wherever you may be.
But it's through a professional-looking platform. This isn't the person hanging out on WhatsApp doing a video call. Yeah. We're doing it through the platform.
You're not sending WhatsApp video messages to each other. It's all contained, it's secure.
I'm just thinking of the actual customer's journey. I'm trying to be on the customer side here. Imagine landing on a website where you've got this service, you click on it, you start self-populating, you have a video chat. I think the people that don't get back to you, who don't respond to emails, who you've left several voice message on their phone, that you're effectively working harder than they are to get the job. I think this is a sort of kit that could mean that you're winning too much work almost, because I think the person that spoke to me on the TV effectively, that's already halfway through giving me a quote, would be in a stronger position.
You're building a relationship there straight away, and you can't beat being face to face with someone, obviously, to build a relationship. But that's the next best thing, isn't it? Seeing somebody and
we're so used to it on Zoom, aren't we? We've stopped going anywhere.
That's the modern world.
Well, that's why we work from home, isn't it? So we don't have to meet anyone.
So. And I keep going back to the customer's convenience. So sometimes someone has to take a day off work, or you know, for you to come turn up and do their appointment.
Yeah.
You can do this at a convenient time for them. So,
yeah. How many times, Joe, have we had to stay in because someone's coming with a postal pass or something like that? And how many times have we been let down by delivery? Now, can you feel the pain of somebody that was waiting for a delivery, you're checking the post every day, and it never came? Can you feel their pain?
I can't fathom how bad that would be.
No, I can't fathom how bad that would be.
Awful, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be awful.
Sat there waiting by the door.
And never arriving, okay? So same with the electrician. So we've had some postal issues, I would suggest here. Maybe you'd have to do the next one. InstallHub post version, okay?
We'll look at it.
So, right, okay, now thought of another thing. So you gave me a few too many seconds there, Stephen.
Sorry.
So I'm going for a battery solar installation.
Yeah.
It might be that I have to do a G99 form.
Yeah.
Okay, I might need to notify my DNO. So that's going to put a real crux in the process that we've just described, which I was trying to be on your side to speed it up.
Yeah, so actually, the DNO InstallHub has added a link, you've been able to do the automated DNO notifications where it collated it, but it's gone one step further now. So there's a new process, and InstallHub now links directly into the ENA's Connect Direct platform. So this is a super update actually, because it enables the turnaround time for installers to be far swifter. Honestly, it's hours. Sometimes it's immediate. The approval. So
sorry, say it again. So because the people might miss that. So we through the InstallHub.
Yep.
We can get almost, if we're lucky and we're say going for approval, we could send the form off through the hub and get almost an instant reply back.
Yeah.
Saying yes, we're good to go.
Yes. So there's parameters. So it links to the ENA's Connect Direct platform.
Right.
So you populate the information as you would do on your InstallHub app.
Yep.
You fill that in, and then you submit it. There's a process there. You submit the job, and then you can get if you fall under certain criteria, you will get a super quick approval, or they may come back and ask you for more information. But that then is fed back into InstallHub. It'll say, please provide this bit more information on this or that, and then you provide that and then resubmit it. So yeah, we're seeing really quick turnarounds now. You're not waiting a week, 2 weeks for approvals. They're trying to encourage as well. They want to encourage every job being notified.
Right, okay. So no straight through on 16 amps.
Yeah,
so
you should notify more jobs.
Okay.
So.
All right, okay, it's sounding too good to be true, but I'll find the weakness before the end of this. Okay, so
Sure you will.
Yeah, so when we've asked the customer in that initial period to start giving us their information, would that start populating the form for the?
Yeah. As soon as there's inputs into the platform, into an InstallHub platform, it's generating documentation, so DNO paperwork, whatever it may be.
With no intervention from the Sparky?
No.
So if they put the name, just simple, the name, address, postcode, and all that, it's just populated the DNO form?
That, yeah, and it's already loading with all the company information anyway, engineering information, so all that's on there. So it's a really powerful administration tool. And we want InstallHub to be, we're constantly improving it, obviously, but we want it to be that kind of real part of your toolkit, so you can focus on finding customers, servicing customers, and doing good installs, and not having the burden of I've got to sit at home tonight doing hours of paperwork. Hopefully, this will really expedite that.
It sounds too good to be true. Often things that are too good to be true are too good to be true, but obviously you're firing well on the question. I've wrote a lot of questions down that I mentioned to you earlier on, so let's see if I can pick one out that you definitely can't answer. How's that sound?
By the way.
Okay, so you said I can obviously make it my own. Okay. Will it help with my quotations?
Yeah, actually.
That was a bit quick.
Yeah, the quotation tool on Install was really powerful. To be honest, I could talk to you for like 20 minutes on that, all the different things you can do with it, whether you're a sole trader or a huge enterprise company. But yeah, you can instantly bang out quotes in seconds. You can load templates in there. So if you've got certain products you install, let's say, certain...
So go back to EV charger. Yeah. If you pick this EV charger, your length is under 15 metres, X, Y and Z. Yeah. Effectively, it'll just bang the quote straight out there.
Yeah, so you can preload your templates in there and just select it. So we've got guys and users banging quotes out in seconds, really, from that in customer engagement coming in, identifying the job type, whether it's a standard, non-standard. If it's a standard, they're firing quotes out instantly. And the customers receive that digitally as well. So they get a digital copy of the quotes where they can review, accept, decline. And they also get a PDF if a customer wants to download anything as well. So once the customers interact with that, it updates the installer immediately and they get notified. So there's some real powerful tools. The quotes, you can add discounts, grants. You can obviously add multiple different installation types, solar, battery, PV. You can add all them on there as well. So really useful tool.
And my mindset is always is that almost that sole small trader business. But you alluded to there that this is not necessarily just for them. It's scalable to anything virtually, is it?
Yeah, it's completely scalable InstallHub, and it will grow. We've got businesses that we've seen grow from 2-3 people up to running now networks of teams and subcontractor networks, and you know, it really comes into its own when you're trying to build an installation network as well.
It's got a...
We want to help businesses get to that. If they've got that ambition, we want to help them. You know, so that's our ambition as well.
So let's say I decided in this current market that I want to be a company that offers, so I'm now the salesperson, okay? So I'm going to offer out, let's go back to it, battery solar solutions. But I'm going to do no work. I'm just going to try and generate leads in that. Could I then effectively, whether they be direct or indirectly employed by me, could I then fire the information I've got out onto them for a platform and then go out and do the work for me and me just cream off the top?
Yeah, you could do that. That's exactly what you could do. And again, I mentioned about the quote. You can even have your network partners quoting you, and then you can be selecting the quote and passing that on to customers. There's a quote review process in there, but ultimately you can manage your whole network. You can send jobs to partners that you might have nationwide. You can send them for quote only, install only, survey only. So you could... It's a very powerful tool in that respect. So yeah,
I'm going to need some help in the comments. Somebody will going to find. So I'll find a weakness before I've got through these questions. I'm going to keep going.
We've got some pictures and videos.
Okay, let's bring those up. And while I take a little mental breather here. So it's too good to be true. It usually is. Okay, so what's this one then?
That's an email that you get. Obviously, that's company there. EV Comply TOC products. That's just.
Yeah, made up.
Our branding, but this would be what the cover letter that goes with the digital handover pack with a job.
But branded up for my company. eFIXX. Yeah.
All customer facing comms would be.
Go on, that's all right.
Would be branded.
Yeah. Okay. This one.
This is the appointment to start the.
So we've had an inquiry, yes.
Yeah, and this is an appointment scheduled to conduct a remote customer survey.
So remote customer survey.
So your customer then will click that start call, and then your video linked, and then that video call is then stored within that customer's file, so you've always got access to it.
Oh, I've thought of a great question. So is the scared customer, is Jim the scared customer?
He's in that.
We obviously didn't tell him to smile at that stage, did we? Bless him.
He doesn't smile.
No, okay. And then top left-hand corner, is that the electrical installer?
Yeah.
So this is stored information as well.
That's on a mobile device. That obviously it's across all devices. InstallHub works across all devices.
So you could have been on your Mac, you could have been on your PC.
Anything, If you've got someone in the office, you might have a technical guy in the office who's conducting all these surveys.
Right, okay.
Providing support to customers.
Right, for larger companies. Yeah, I always keep thinking of the smaller bands where you're trying to do every job. But yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes their life a lot easier. What else have we got here then?
Again, that's just showing if your
window frames. What are we doing?
That's a.
Oh, it's an EV charger. Sorry, I didn't say. I thought we were doing downpipes there for a minute, Stephen.
Yeah, it's again. If you're asking your customer to walk the site for you, this is just an example. It's just a video like that.
We can almost see the edge of the meter box there on the right, so we know the consumer unit's probably just the other side of that wall.
Yeah.
This will be one of them ones I almost described earlier on, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's only 6 meters away from the location I've taken the pictures. You wouldn't go to site for that, would you?
Yeah, and this is just an example. Like I said, you can use this tool pre and post installation, so to provide support as well, not just to provide help ahead of that.
That's good. Yeah, next one.
Go on.
This is inside the system actually. This is a quote pack that you.
So we're quoting for a Zappi to install. Yeah.
Before you send it. So obviously you can build out a single page quote, or you can add all kinds of mix. You could build a real proposal out, so you could add all kinds of information in there, fully itemised quote.
Far left-hand side's really the price, the one they tend to look at, but then we've given data sheets, information further. So you effectively, you're giving a big wedge of information to say, look what you get when you come with us. This is not I'm going to email you the price and scare you off. I'm showing you what you get for your money. That's good.
I always think as an installer as well, you want to sell, if you provide other services, so if you're an EV installer but you provide solar and battery services, then promote that. You might have had a customer that's come for an EV charger, but promote the fact you do other services.
Yeah, I totally agree. No, it's good. Next one then, so let's go where we're going next. So
yeah, this is the quote.
Oh, it's the quote.
This is a quote, yeah. So you got your information down the right, and then obviously this is, I think, yeah.
I don't know, it's yours.
We've got a video of it as well.
Okay, let's bang the video on. Let's see that then. Right, okay. So this would be sent to the customer then?
Yeah.
Or would they receive it through InstallHub? Could they just view it from InstallHub, or does it come as a separate email?
It's sent to the customer, but the customer, it's interactive. So when the customer interacts with your quotation, it updates InstallHub
Oh, right, okay.
As
So if
well.
they accept it there and then, or
Yeah,
they want a
it
few
comes through
modifications,
straight-
or
it-
they've
yeah,
realised the EV charger's further away than they thought,
Well,
etc.
they might ask for a quote on another product, and you can resend.
Ah, right.
So yeah, it's a really good tool. Like you can even take deposits and things as well.
Okay, we'll come back to money, okay, because everyone's going to ask money at some point. The link is in the description for InstallHub, so if you want to find out what different packages are ahead of time, then that would be great. Now, got a bit of a concern. Okay, I think I've got you now. Okay, it is not on my notes, so you ready for this? It sounds to me like you're gathering, when I say you, I mean the system is gathering a lot of personal information. So we're talking names, addresses, codes on meters, we're looking at photographs, videos and that. And we're in a world now where data harvesting isn't always looked on fondly, is it? Okay, then obviously data breaches, we hear about them regularly and in the last couple of days as well. How are you securing that?
Yeah, obviously that's a.
I've got you, haven't I?
No,
yeah, I've got you, don't I? I'm there, he's thinking.
No, to be honest, that's obviously we're a tech business, and we're hosting data, we're servicing data, and so it's paramount to us. Data security. We are our systems are hosted all on AWS, Amazon Web Services, so super secure. We have multiple instances because it's not our data. Obviously, we have our own systems, our own data, but the data is the installer, so we don't harvest it, we don't manipulate it, we don't do anything with it. It's their data, so it needs to be secure and accessible for years and years to come. So obviously, we're you might not ISO 27001 accredited.
Oh, I knew that. That was the next question, actually, talking about that. I was going to bring that up, so
Yeah,
glad you got in front of that one.
So, yeah, we was actually one of the first companies here, to get accredited to the new standards as well. So we've been accredited for a few years.
Is that for data security?
Data,
That'll do,
data
yeah.
security,
Okay.
yeah.
You got a badge for data security.
Yeah, GDPR, all of this, we are, we have to have that nailed down. It's business critical. So,
Okay. Am I right in believing Amazon Web Services is obviously, ignoring that, it's the biggest part of Amazon that nobody knows about, but don't they do all the cyber security for the US military?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, I'd say, you think it'd be all right, wouldn't you?
Yeah. It should, well, if it's good enough for them, it should be good enough for install.
I don't think Matthew Broderick's going to be asking it to play Thermo-Global Nuclear War for anyone who watched that film. I think that's what he asked for. And can you tell me what the name of the computer was in War Games? They called it something, and I know the name. It's actually his child's name. So go for that one. Leave it in the comments if you remember that. Do you remember it? Don't say it out loud if you can.
I'm just going to say, though, on a serious note, obviously, as installers, they're working with customers. They are capturing a lot of data, and it shouldn't be underestimated that.
But that's for every electrician.
After that. For anyone capturing signatures, photographs, whatever it may be.
So if you're old school, then going on now, I'm worried. I'm going back the other way now. I'm on your side for a little bit here. So if I've got let's not say a filing cabinet, but I've got the desk full of paper, and on there I've got all these names and addresses, some photographs I've taken of
You're giving me anxiety just talking like this.
Right, okay. So, have I got a problem as a Sparky with all this stuff on my desk?
Yeah, if you've got data and you're managing it, whether it's in paper form or digital form, you have to respect it and you have to give it its due care. So that's where we hope, so if your old can be comfortable with that.
Yeah, so if you're an old filing cabinet style of person, they broke in and nicked your filing cabinet, Hong Kong Fu is in the second drawer, you're in a world of trouble, aren't you? Yeah. So
you are in a world of trouble.
Yeah. I didn't think of that. That is a good answer to a question I thought I got you on as well.
I'm sorry.
I haven't got any more bangers, I don't think, on top of that one. It's going to give you an ooze of professionalism with no effort. And when I say no effort, you've obviously got to go on to the link in the bio, okay, or description, if you're interested. Now, I've got you, okay? I go on there. I'm pretty excited. I look at your platform. I see some numbers, and I think I'm going to go there. Every single one of these locks you into 12 or 24 months. What's the minimum amount of time I can stay with you?
There's no minimum.
Was it years then?
No. And to be honest, the way I wanted to set it up was if InstallHub doesn't help your business, you can just walk away from it.
What, in a month?
Yeah.
Well, so I sign up and I'm gone.
You can sign up. I didn't want to be. I'll be dead honest here. I didn't want to be that because I've been on the other side, by the way, as well. So I've adopted back in my. I was a director of another company. We adopted software, and it looked great. We introduced it. Within 6 weeks, it wasn't fit for purpose for what I needed, and we're spending thousands of pounds over the course of the year on it, and we was locked in. I didn't want to be like that. I didn't want my company to be like that. So if it's not helping a business, then they can just cancel it and walk away. They're not locked into any onerous contracts with small print and hidden fees. It's I think we're the only ones who put our prices out there.
Okay.
Because it's
well,
transparency. And if it doesn't help somebody, I genuinely want to help businesses. I do. We've got to make money too, because we're a business, to provide the services. But if it doesn't work for somebody, and it's important to me as well, I want to say this because we want installers to talk to us what they want from the system, because it's user driven now. I'm not the installer anymore. We're the tech company providing hopefully the tools. So we want them to talk to us, tell us what's good, tell us what else it needs, and we'll work with them. We deliver fantastic support, and I'm hoping we get some comments on that, because my team, they're not only skilled but they're really passionate, and the one-to-one support we give, whether you just come onto the system or whether you're John Smith, the sole trader, or a large company, they all get the same duty of care. So we're trying to set companies up to be successful, and the ones who really feed into us and let us help them with the system, we found them, they're the ones that are growing really well. So yeah, I hope that makes sense.
No, that's good. No, it's quite a passionate plea there for me. I'm still trying to think of the question to catch you out, so I'm not actually on your side. So you said there...
I'm trying to dilute it.
No. You said there about if you have a problem, can I ring someone up then? Because my biggest fear is I'll get now through to an artificial generated problem solver. Yeah. So if I've taken on... Tell us what your entry... I don't want to say entry level. Your lowest price package is for a month, for one month of your package.
£30. For one user. So we charge per user, basically.
So it's just 30 notes.
Yeah.
So give it a go. If I work for myself, for all of that stuff you've just described, there's no, I've got to pay the minute to get the video aspect of it.
No, there's no
DNOs in there.
There's different levels for different. We've got business, pro, and enterprise, obviously, for different levels.
Yeah, but enterprise, I'm not going to be at enterprise level.
Certain features become enabled on certain.
So scaling up business as much as anything else.
Yeah.
Would you suggest on that? Yeah. Okay. So I'm in. I've gone for
the pro versions are best because you get a lot of customizations. You get obviously white labelings built in. There's all kinds of, you can customize more on the system. So there's a lot in there.
So less than a coffee a day.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got access to all of this.
Yeah.
Okay. Going forward, and if I get a problem, which is my biggest fear, I can ring someone in the UK.
Yeah.
And they will video call me.
Yeah. You can do video calls. We have a really good help centre, so we're always available, but you can contact us online, directly through the app, on the desktop or the mobile. You can email in. We've always got somebody's number, so we give someone like a hotline and they can call, and we aim to get back to you immediately, basically, and then my team will work with whoever it is, whatever their issue is, because we understand the frustrations when you're having technical issues. Again, I've been that guy, whether it's on site or whatever it is, and if you've got an issue, everything has issues, especially software. It's even Apple. So you need to be able. It's what you do about it and how you solve it and how you help your users get through. So we're trying to make it as a smooth an experience as possible. Yeah, we're not perfect, but we're trying our best to be.
You're incredibly winning me over in a minute. Have we got any comments in there before I come over? Have we got any over there, Jen? Have we got any decent comments? Can I come over and have a chat? Yeah. Okay, let's go and see what Jen has to do. Well, I think of some more stuff that Stephen probably is going to be able to answer, which I didn't think he would be able to answer. Go on in. So Darren Cranis is in here, so you want to read it out for me? So,
Steve's software platform features client experience and support is absolutely fantastic. It's so easy and intuitive. The client does all the survey work themselves, giving you everything you need.
Okay, so let's just digest that for a minute. So Darren Cranis works at the ECA, obviously a friend of the show, okay, not necessarily a friend of the software package, but he's obviously experienced it and thinks it's fantastic. I would say that's an absolute pink stamp, Darren. I would suggest. Pink stamp, not a red one. Yeah. Okay, next one.
And that's all Darren. This is all Darren.
So he's got his own electrical contracting firm, so it's got a little bit of, Gary would say, a whiff, hasn't it? A whiff of him actually using this software. If he hasn't, he certainly knows somebody who has used it. Yeah. So, okay. So what did Ollie say then?
It's going to be a battle against the likes of Octopus with the discounted prices on eVSE.
Okay. Do you want to answer that one? eVSE. So what's that? Octopus Energy on their discounts on EVSE, if we've got that right. What does that mean? EV installs, is it?
Yeah,
Okay,
it will
so-
be. Sorry, I'm just changing mics.
But yeah, and that's fine. Okay, was it a bit quiet or gone off on battery?
I don't know.
Dropping out, dropping in.
Okay, all right, okay, sorry about that. So hopefully you heard that passionate speech and we'll go through it again. I'm sure you'll do that again. So, yeah, if you're up against a company that's purely going to bash, and it's not Octopus Energy, purely going to bash EV in because they're the energy company, they're a car seller and all the rest of it, you're probably, unless you're in that market to try and win that business, which you can use your software for, okay, there's nothing stopping you scaling this up, so it's not the one-man band piece of software, made that clear, they're probably not the customers you're going after anyhow, are they? I wouldn't suggest that Octopus will employ their own installers if they're going out and crashing EV installs in.
They'll probably do a mix, won't they? They'll use contractors, partners, delivery partners.
Okay.
And they may well have their own installers as well, yeah.
Well, those meter replacement people need something to do, don't they, with their time?
Well, they'll be dual trained and things like that, won't they?
So, again, for me, this sounds like the modern solution. So if we go back to how we started this chat, and I said to everyone, we're probably used to adding a power tool to save us time, and time means
Money.
it does, and obviously working less hard. We often don't attribute, apart from maybe to our loved ones, the hours we put in behind grafting, which is where we're out physically installing wiring systems that we're putting in at home. Wouldn't it be lovely to have a handle on being able to reduce that, but actually give a high level of professionalism, which it sounds like you've got, through a white badge, so it'll have my logo on it, it'll say eFIXX, it'll be fully red. It'll look like when the customer comes in that I've spent a lot of money developing a platform in order to provide a great service, and then maybe within minutes I'm already video chatting with them, and we could almost instantly get a D&O approval for a solar install. Yeah. It seems like if you haven't got it, you're going to lose work, doesn't it?
Well, we just want to have, we just want it to be the tool that they use to really streamline their operations and efficiency and deliver, customer satisfaction. Modern customers now, they want things, a lot slicker, a lot cleaner, and they're used to going online, used to getting things in decisions instantly, especially, the way they purchase. So we've got some good purchasing tools on there as well. But so yeah, I think streamlining operations, efficiency, making it as simple as possible is the key, and quick returns to customers and installers.
Okay, you've almost given me the next one.
What was that?
Online. Okay, I go out on site.
Yeah.
I lose my internet connection.
Yeah.
I'm snookered.
No. So obviously InstallHub's a cloud-based. The mobile app's is cloud-based. So you download the job, go to site. It doesn't matter if you've got a signal. Obviously we built that with that in mind. So you can carry on. It doesn't hold up process of gathering data, photographs, signatures, payment. You can do all that through the app, and then it'll upload once you get a signal again.
Got one. Give me another one. So okay, well, let's come. So I've got no signal. The minute I get a signal, every bit of work I've done's gone. So if I'm in a bigger firm, it's gone to the back office.
Yeah.
They can see what I've done on site when I get
instantly. Yeah.
So again, my brain always thinks back to when I get home. I've got to look at the computer. Let's think of a firm that's got maybe a super person behind it, maybe a PA type of person. Can you think of someone that sort of rings true as someone who does everything in your life?
Yeah, I can.
It'd be nice to have somebody like that. Yeah, if only.
Splendid.
Okay, so you mentioned payment there. Now all of a sudden, I'm thinking about those people that ask for a massive lump of money up front, and then obviously so many days beforehand and paying. I'm now just gone for my battery solar install. It might be breathtaking when I get to the number, but you can't help them.
Well, yeah, you can. So obviously you can. There's ways of taking payment through InstallHub. So InstallHub's linked to Stripe. So
just explain what Stripe is.
So it's the best way you can describe it is it's like a PayPal. So it's a world-renowned online payment facility. So InstallHub has Stripe built into it, so installers can create Stripe accounts in there and take deposits, payments at different stages. But also they can offer, there's other tools in there too to enable other options for the customers. So things like Klarna, for example. So
sorry, Klarna?
Klarna, yeah. Do you know what Klarna is?
No, it sounds like an EV charger. No. Is it an EV charger?
So it's a payment facility, effectively.
So like PayPal again?
So, no, Klarna is so you can split the payments, so there's like no interest, and you can basically. So let's say you've got.
Whoa, hang on, this one, but you're really quick, and I think I'm quick. So Klarna splits the payments with no interest.
Yes.
So if I had let's make it easy. If I had I don't know, a £9,000 install. Okay,
Yeah.
so I've got £9,000 install. How would it split the payment up for me?
You split it into 3.
Oh, nice maths for me.
Yeah. So split it into 3.
So it's about £3,000 a go.
Yeah.
Over how long?
Over 3 months.
With no interest?
You pay, no interest. So you pay it over the month. So
what if you finished the job in month 1? I'd still owe you £6,000, and you're finished.
Yeah, but that's right.
And it's still okay.
Yeah, that's correct. Because the installer still gets paid, but the customer's paying Klarna.
Right. Comment below if you've heard of Klarna. Hang on a
teaching
second.
in
Just hang on a second. The biggest fear
Yeah.
for a contractor is he doesn't get paid, or she doesn't get paid, or they don't get paid. And you're saying with this quick process, I might have gone really through quick, I might have had a space, I've gone and fitted an EV charger, I don't know, say it's 1,200 quid. We've divided that by 3. I've got my full payment, the customer's paying it in three, and I've walked away with all my cash.
Yeah. So I think
Join in next time when me and Stephen join our own business called InstallHub 2.0, where Gary joins the business. Sounds too good to be true.
the thing is, it's the convenience for the customer as well. So obviously,
The electrician is super convenient.
but your customer's got options, and you're giving your customer options. So if an installer's going, let's say you're doing it, I'll use an EV charger install, and you've got one contractor offering, they've got to pay it in full, and another can offer this type of service as well. It helps. It's just giving options to the customers, because that's important as well at the end of the day.
Right, okay. I'm struggling now. Klarna. Anyone in
Be
the
on
comments,
that.
please tell me if you've used Klarna, and I'm like the last person on the planet to realise that phones can watch the telly on it now and things like that. You can do games on your phone. I suppose my kids are laughing at the screen going, Dad's just done that old thing
We're
again.
buying things on Klarna next week.
Yeah, I once said, and again I've got to be careful how I say it, when we're after 9 o'clock, and we got Netflix for the first time. The kids had it on their devices, and I said in front of the kids at the dinner table, it's the first time ever I can do Netflix and chill. And I aged, no word of it, you're laughing. I aged at that dinner table from being 49 to being 173. Wife's laughing, she does safeguarding training at school and stuff like that, and I was like, what have I missed? Yeah. And then they explained it to me, and I was like, oh. And it was like, I was not a good place to be. I'm sure people are doing the same with this payment platform, which is called?
Klarna.
Klarna.
Others are available.
Okay, all right, okay, so it's one of those. Okay, that doesn't matter, you're using
There's
Klarna. So.
Well, we can use a few, to be honest, but that was just an example.
That's odd, though, because they don't charge the customer any more money. No one loses on this.
No.
I'd love to know how that makes money. We'll have them in next time. How do you make money when you don't charge them?
£1 million company, though.
Are they? Okay. Right. One thing that's dear to my heart, okay, that often gets missed out is like training and support.
Yes.
Do you offer anything on those lines?
Yeah, of course. Again, I touched on it earlier. I really pride ourselves on our training and support. I think that's where we do stand out from others. When you sign up to InstallHub, you receive a training email straight away to book in for some initial training, but it doesn't stop there. What we want to do is help set the companies up for success on the platform as well. So we'll help set them up, help them set up their inquiry links, which we talked about, to help them win jobs, set up any documentation. So we'll help them with whatever they need, basically, to gear them up to be successful. And then it's just ongoing support. So there's no limit to it. And like I said, whether you're John Smith, the sole trader, or a larger company, you will get the support you need from us. We want them to use the platform, be long-term, and like I said earlier, talk to us about the platform, what works, what doesn't, what do we want to see on the platform. We've got some really good updates coming. We've done some obviously really good ones recently. We're constantly developing, so yeah, support is a key part of it.
Have you ever thought about using something other than a Smith in the surname when you talk about people, Stephen? Because you could say John Jones.
I was reading my name on the board there.
It's quite low, though, isn't it?
I could have used one of them.
Quite low down here, and we've still got the race wall to go.
Yeah.
I'm just going to need to take a breath here because obviously you speak fast. I don't absorb information quick. I will catch you out before the end of this because I'm going to have a little bit of time
too fast.
Well, I'm going to have a little bit of a time. Please, in the comments, please put them in there. So, hang on, let's just do a quick. For 30 quid for 1 month,
Yeah,
I could
that's
ring
for
you.
one user,
Yeah,
one
for one
month.
user. But I could, because I'm useless at things, I could constantly be ringing your staff and doing their training packages and the rest of it for a whole month and then decide to cancel. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
Well, you back your software, don't you?
You have to. We back ourselves. I back the team. I know it's not just me. I've got a really, really good team, passionate team, and again, they share the vision and the passion, and they want to help. So we want to get as many users on the platform and help grow this space.
Right, okay, I'm going to take a little rest. I think it's time for the Electricians Challenge, and it means, unfortunately, the mystery guest hasn't turned up, Joe.
Not here, is it?
So can you help me out here, because we're going to have to live commentate against this person. So we're going to just pitch in. We can be as rude as we like, because they're not here. Remember, not to, well, yeah, but don't use rude words. Okay?
No.
No rude words. So we've got the race walls. So what does that mean? It means you need to get your time in, okay? So let's describe this person then so it can help you out as they're not here. So the person is a non-electrician. They are under 30 years of age. They have no electrical background and spend lots of time in front of a keyboard, okay, as their background. So they are not an electrician. However, we need a benchmark because, Stephen, you are an electrician. And as I look down here, can you see your time before I do? So, Stephen, what's your time, Stephen? Where is it? Can you read it out?
4:48.
4 minutes, so 4 minutes 48. Okay, so you now know 4:48. This week, I only need a time. So I don't need a name because, okay, the mystery guest will be revealed in a moment. So I only need a name. This person is a non-electrician. You did it in 4:48, which I think is a real solid time.
Good time, that, yeah.
Yeah, it is a good time. So that's a solid time. Now, if we think about the fastest non-electrician, they're 4:04, which is now embarrassing. But if we think about, let's think about an average sort of electrician. You know, we're talking about one with an average skill set. We think about Rick down here. Now, Rick's over here at 6 minutes and 25. Okay, so we've got a non-electrician, aged under the age of 30, spends a lot of time on the keyboard. Please make sure your times are in, and let's see who's going on the race wall this week. Join me on the commentary, boys.
Go.
Here we go then. So who's up on the race wall? Here we go. It's Joe! Guest presenter with me has joined me on the race for the first time ever, and he's using the Nick Ramo step to sit on. The boy is that tall. He's probably going to be able to reach the consumer unit from this seated position. That does look like, is that screwdriver with a 4-to-1 mechanical advantage? Yes, it is.
That screwdriver is quality.
Quality. We'll have a quality screwdriver in the hand of a quality man. So here we go. We've got a full set of hair here, folks. We've been to the gym. We're in great shape. All the things most of our contestants aren't. Now, you've never seen anyone do this race, will have you, Joe?
It was hard, no, because I haven't seen anyone do it. I've never been this close to the action.
No.
First time I've seen the challenge
probably 70 of these. You've not been that close to the action. You've not seen close up what these. Well, that's a long pull. Look at that.
I'm interested
Lean
if he goes up or down.
Will he get it up? He's going up.
Will he get it up?
That's a goer downer. He's a goer upper.
Look at that, straight up.
Could this put Rick in trouble? Now, Rick must be really willing you on here to do badly.
He's going at some pace.
Yeah, he's got some pace. Right, out comes the automatic cutters. I'm sure there'll be some excuses later on. What's that on the floor?
Screwdriver already.
Half
my screwdriver
on the floor.
There you go, pick it up.
Around for kit.
Wasted about 5 seconds there.
Yeah, well, back in with the handle though. You've got the 4-to-1 advantage here. I don't know whether that's allowed, but I said you can bring your own tools, but as long as it was an impact driver, I suppose that's
Yeah, 4-to-1's good, but you lose a good millisecond when you've got to press the button on the end to make it 1-to-1.
Yeah, thinking about it.
Milliseconds count.
Yeah, they're doing this.
It's a good-looking lad, folks. There will be a Mass Stabs card coming out from him. He did join us today for the curry because we did have enough time because we weren't panicking as we normally do when the older version, the lot older version, the ancient version of him, Gordon's with us. We normally get down to the curry house on the time we need to leave.
Nice and chill tonight, wasn't it?
This is, young man. I'm hoping for anything above Rick.
There was barely any copper showing either.
Yeah, well, don't worry about that. It's back on the seat,
Yeah.
sitting on Nick Ramo. Here we go. Wow, that's a bit long. What are you doing? Whoa. We can pull it back up? What are you doing? Oh, okay. Oh, look at that.
Luckily, I'm not buying
The
the
tools he's using here, this is what we're talking about.
Yeah, that tool as well. I mean, I had my pick of the bunch, had the whole workshop to go at for this.
Yeah, you can bring your own tools. What from? Yeah, I'd have kept it out. That's a bit short. That is. Oh no, that's
sure.
Your hands are massive, aren't they? That's a problem. Here we go. Oh, what's happening? Oh no! Mechanical advantage. Here we go.
How much time did I waste
Oh,
here?
he's had a moment there.
He's got his next ones.
First, wrong one? Wrong one?
Both posi.
Oh no, he's only got to lost it. I love it. The first person to bring a cheating screwdriver and then break it. Oh, look at it. Oh,
He's finally got it.
Oh, wow. So we're back in then. So is this screwdriver? That looks a massive screwdriver. Is that going to be all right?
Oh, it was huge, that thing.
Oh, wow.
Better get into the terminals.
That is massive. Wow. Well, I suppose it'll be all right with the sockets. Yeah, look at that. It's going to struggle.
These two are nice and tight.
Yeah, struggle on the box screws. Oh, you split the CPCs. Man after my own heart. Good man. Yeah, split the CPCs there. Okay, so we're going in there. This could, well, I don't know, you went off walking. Saying that, it's 3 race walls.
3 races.
So it might not be your quickest one. Okay, that's fair enough. I suppose Rick edited this, did he?
Yeah, Rick did edit it.
So you don't know how well you've done. You pulled it back
I
up?
have no idea, to be honest. As long as I've beaten Rick, I'll be happy. But
If you haven't, even breaking a screwdriver, I think you broke Rick.
definitely be happy with under 3 minutes, though, because I don't want to be outrageous.
Under 3 minutes, outrageous. I thought 4 minutes was outrageous, but we'll go for the new ones.
4 minutes, new one, 3 minutes.
Is that screwdriver a little bit big? Oh, look at that, a little bit of pressure.
I scratched out socket using that.
BG will be...
I'm trying to get it in.
Wow.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, it was good. Wow. So, it's down to the audience time should be coming rolling in, and we need to find out the time that you've done it in. Okay, so I think you'll all agree that it's been great for me to have Joe join me tonight. We didn't make a note of it at the start, knowing full well that he was going to be doing the race wall, but
Good
he
for
stepped in a little bit short notice, didn't you? Here, you weren't expecting this yesterday, were you?
About 3 p.m. yesterday, I got the call.
We
I was just sweating.
You got the call up.
Yeah, I got the
We
call.
made the decision Monday morning, but forgot to tell him. So, right, do you want to bring hand cam in for me and give it to someone as I go over to here?
Do you want to take this?
I think everybody must have enjoyed the Lewden consumer unit there, hanging out the front. I've been down Lewden this week, seeing them, and I got up close and personal with their black consumer unit. As far as I'm aware at the moment, they're the only one that does a matte black residential consumer unit, and we thank them for sponsoring the race. Well, we also sponsor our great friends at Doncaster Cables, because they provide the single insulated cables for that conduit system, and we'll get to them in a minute when we see the loser sweep up. So unfortunately, I imagine you have to sweep up as well. We've got green cable as well, so we've got the green cable room, and if you want one of those bins that we've got, which we highly recommend you do, please check out the link in the description. And for great pleasure for me personally, I've seen 2 of the colleges that closely follow me on eFIXX College Connections. I've also got one for their college, so that's fantastic as well. I'm delaying it as long as I can. So let's have a look at Joe then. So where do you think you are? Do you think you're on this wall? Or do you think you're over there on Rick's own personal wall over here? Do you think you're on Rick's wall?
Well, that attempt we saw, I probably wouldn't say I was on that wall, but there was 3. I believe I got better as the attempts went on, so I would like to be on that.
You'd like
on
to
that
be
wall, I'd say.
So on the electrician's wall here. Now, what I've done this time is I've put some gaps in because I'm getting fed up when Gordon does it. We have to shove everyone down. So Gordon, new system now. We've got plenty of gaps in plenty of places. Remember,
There's a nice gap at the top there that I'd like to fill.
Ah, yeah. There's one up here in the 3 minutes. You said you'd like to be under 3 minutes, or in 3 minutes.
Yeah, I'd definitely
4 minutes
take
is
that.
outrageous. We start outrageous territory here, where we've got people like Neil Outrageous Bridgman, and we've got Dean Hair Replacement Hayward up here as well. So in 314, which you knew, didn't you? You knew Dean, yeah, hair transplant player. Yeah, okay. So we've got a choice now. We've got the fast charging, which we're allegedly calling this one here, the fast charging BG EV charger over here, and this one, our 7 kilowatt one that is over on this wall here. It takes a little bit longer to charge. You can't, maybe an overnighter. So you don't think you're an overnighter? You think you're on the speedy wall?
Well, I hope so, yeah.
You hope you're on the speedy wall. Let's find out if they've left it up here for me. I'm not used to doing this bit, and I can't find it, which is not a good start. So where's that?
We'll come back next time.
Yeah, no. Is it? Oh, right. Thank you, Rick. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. So I've got yours here. Okay. Would you like it to start with a 3?
I wouldn't believe it.
It doesn't start with a 3.
2?
It definitely doesn't start with a 2 either.
5.
You did this in 6. No, so I read that wrong. 4.
I'm going to say.
Okay, yeah, I've got number dyslexia there. 4 minutes.
Hard jump.
So would it be 4 minutes to keep you just in outrageous territory? Okay, or will you be outrageous to being over 4 minutes? You did this in 4 minutes and 30. Oh, what was yours, Stephen?
448.
Oh, you've done him.
There was a caveat.
Hang on, we've got to wait. There's an excuse.
There's a caveat. I lost the screw, didn't I? I remember I found it earlier. I lost the screw.
So you unwound the screw too far and it fell out?
I reckon I could have shaved 30 seconds.
3 times, yeah, 3 times. 3 races.
I broke a screw.
Yeah, 3 attempts, yeah, not 1. So we did it in 4 minutes and 33 seconds.
I'll take that.
Puts you somewhere here. So that's a pretty... Graham, you nearly beat the chair
Close, yeah, I'm
of
happy with that.
JPEL 64. You are just 6 seconds behind guest last time out, Graham Kenyon. So that is a fantastic effort. And there is plenty of electricians and would-be electricians over there on that wall that you've just beaten on the race wall. So that is commendable. Well
Happy
done.
with that, happy with that.
I want to get faster as well.
Oh, that was brilliant.
Great effort.
Absolutely brilliant. So hopefully some questions are coming in. We got some questions there. Jen's got some questions. Yep. So do you want to give them to Joe? So pass
Yeah,
them
we
on
have to
Joe.
read out the winner. Oh, it's him again. I can't believe that.
Don't tell me it's Sean Dempsey again. Well done,
It is. Right, so Sean Dempsey, you got closest to my time. I got 4 minutes 33. You guessed 4 minutes 25. So you have 10 minutes to call Jenny. You may as well call her.
Oh, he's going to call Jenny.
Of course he
He
is.
sent us some. He gave us the nod for Gordon this morning, didn't he? Or this evening when we read it out. So Sean Dempsey, congratulations, serial winner of eFIXX's Electricians Challenge, and it goes back to the eFIXX Awards, does it? The only way you can win an award is to enter an award, and the only way you can see me on camera is if we turn it over. Thank you very much. Okay, so. To get your nominations in for all those 14 awards we put at the front of the show, link in the description. If you put them in, you might win. Now, if Sean Dempsey is available to nominate himself in 14 categories, he'd probably do more than Titanic for Oscar wins, wouldn't he? Because I think he'd walk away with, 13 of the actual prizes. So the only way to win something is enter. Sean's entered. He deserves to win a prize. You've got 10 minutes or less to ring Jenny again this week on the eFIXX.
We need the number, though. We need the number. The
Yes.
number is 07487 704 712.
Okay, do it
10
again.
minutes.
Do it
starts
again.
now.
Do it again. That was great.
07487 704 712.
Yeah, he's not going to be on catch-up now. He's had to pause it, rewind it, pause it, rewind it. It'll be behind... Oh, he's on it.
Oh, he's
got
already.
it back. He's got it
He must have
Over we go.
Not Jenny.
No, it's not Jenny.
Guess who?
It's a big fella.
Hey, Sean, you all right?
Yeah, so everyone gets to speak to Sean. Well done, Sean. Okay, so back in then. So we've got some great segments still to come, so we're not finishing the show by any stretch of the imagination. Hopefully some questions have come through and we'll come back to you.
Yep,
I'm
fine.
going to have another little look through my list at some point and see if I can find anything to catch you out. I made an extensive list before we did this.
Sure you did.
Okay, but it doesn't seem as if I've come up trumps yet. I do like to catch people out. Unfortunately, Stephen, I'd like to say for the first time at the meet, you haven't caught me out, so well done with that
There's
one.
time.
There will be time, yeah.
There
I'm
is
not
time.
going to give up yet. So,
We've got a question off Jenny.
all right, okay, I'll come up. Sorry, apologise. Bring this one. But we've got a camera in. We've got a camera over here. Darren Cranis again.
Has electrical certification been included, i.e. will it produce an EIC?
Yep. Electrical installation condition report, electrical installation certificates. So,
So we can produce any. I'm looking at. We can produce any kind of document now.
Yeah.
So we're bringing more and more online. So again, this is one of the instances. Talk to us, and we may be able to create a document as well that's specific. So yeah, electrical certs. These things are possible now.
and because of the way you integrate it with the DNOs,
Yeah.
that would then possibly also be able to send to a NAPIT, a Stroma,
A
an
little
IC.
differently than the DNO. The DNO's an API link direct. So, but yeah, look, everything's possible.
Okay, everything's possible. So that's good. That's where we come back with the
Thanks for
electricians.
the question.
Yeah, so no, politicians' answer, I would suggest. It's quite rife at the moment, isn't it? Okay, you're going to make the whole show, or you got to go somewhere else before the end of it?
No.
You haven't got to dodge off something
Yeah.
more important, no, so you do that
I'm
one.
on TV.
Whilst you're thinking, Gary, I think
Can
it's
we have
time
it?
to have a look into the green kit.
Can we? Yeah, please do.
The loser tidies up, and that, unfortunately, was me.
For the record, you don't tidy up very often. You do everything else, and I'm going to let you off that. But tidying up's probably your only weak feature, you agreed?
Yeah, I would
The
say that,
first
especially
time-
mugs.
Yeah, mugs. Plastic wrappers and cartons, your food.
I'm just so
protein
busy, guys. I
shakes
just
and all
don't
this.
have-
So busy. I understand.
have any
I'm
time
not-
for that
I'm-
stuff.
the minute you start tidying up, you have not got enough work. So if I ever see you pack anything away, you're getting more jobs. But that's the first time we've actually seen him sweep up, and Rick's over there nodding with agreement. Now, we alluded to at the start that obviously Gordon was poached by Team UK to do 10-pin bowling for us against the Germans in the upcoming 10-pin bowling World Cup challenge. And there he is in his best come dancing shirt. Okay, he has got a little whiff of
well there.
Kingpin. Yeah, he's lost some weight. He's lost some yeah, there's a little bit of guy liner on there and all the lip gloss. Okay, well, amazing what AI can do to your
2024.
Yeah, it is, mate. It is. I wasn't knocking it. I was suggesting look good on it. Okay, so we were out in Germany, and I got the wonderful pleasure of spending some time at the Tenpin Bowling Alley, and I took some quality footage, and that quality footage has got him into a position where he can play for the UK. So shall we roll the quality footage and I'll give some live commentary?
Let's do it.
Here we go. So this is his first attempt, big ball. So that's the heaviest one they did for him. It's the 14er. And here he goes. So and off he goes. What a cracking look. And so, got
Bit of one pin bowling
One
there, innit?
bowling. Here we go. Down the right lane. No, he's not. He's a bit awkward, isn't he? Anyone who can lip read will get some moments here.
Nearly went then.
Yeah, I agree with you. Absolutely.
We got 1 out of 30.
1 out of 30. That is not good. Now, he did mildly improved at some points. He did get some of them less in the actual gutter. And he got enough points that the veteran team, because he's so old, but obviously he is old, okay, he actually got in because the people in the team were a lot worse than him. So that 1 out of 30 got him a place on the England's team. So he should be very proud of himself. Hopefully he's tuning in this evening. He'll probably have some dodgy name, some kingpin name. So well done to Gordon, 1 pin Gordon. So we're going to call it. Yeah, 1 pin Gordon. I put it on the story, and I was down at Lewden Palazzoli on Monday, and we were talking about different things on social media, and they went, "Oh, we love the ones on Gordon." We were in bits when he's Tenpin bowling. So, yeah, unlucky Gordon, but it got you in the England squad, and we know we're serial failures. So, World Cup, do you think we're going to win it? European Cup, sorry. Do you think we're going to win it?
Do you know what I do? I'm backing it. I'm backing it. I'm going to put it out there. Yeah, I think we're going to win it. I think it's ours.
Ours to lose.
Yeah, I think if we play like we should be able to play, and if Southgate, grows some balls and puts us on the front foot, we've got a good chance.
If Bellingham
we can beat anyone.
We've got the players for it, haven't we?
We've got the players to beat anybody.
Play well together.
So we're against ourselves.
Okay, I like that. That's coming over.
You'll probably
home after 3 games.
Cried in my beer in a few weeks, so
we'll cut this bit out. And say, football expert.
Can we do it again? And I'll say, I don't think we're going to. It's live, innit? Can't do that.
No, that's good. That's good. No, I think
we've got to back us. We've got the team. We've got the players.
And I think he's hasn't picked a couple of players for the right reason. They didn't play enough games, or they were mildly injured and he didn't pick them. So let's see how we can get on.
We've got the firepower.
We've already been out there, me and Gordon, to lay the seeds for the tournament. We went out to Klauka and had a fantastic time with them. It was absolutely brilliant. And then they laid down the gauntlet when we were there to other people that were actually on the trip with us to produce some content for them, okay? They had their selfie sticks and they were waving them around and just trying to do the whole vlogging aspect. But we decided that we wanted to win the competition. So we had our own song created with us and Klauka in it. And we put it to the video that we produced. And we'd like to say, here's the winning entrance at a Eurovision.
Gordon and Gary on a plane they ride. From eFIXX to Germany with excitement in their eyes. To the land of Klauka where power tools reign. Cable crimpers and cutters in a craftsman's domain. Oh, Klauka where the metal meets the might. With Gordon and Gary, it's an electrician's delight. Power tools in their hands, making work a breeze in the heart of Germany, where precision's guaranteed. In Deutschland they land with a purpose so clear, to see the innovation, the tech they hold dear. Walking through the factory, the machines they hum, every crimper, every cutter, electrician's guaranteed. Oh, Klauka where the metal meets the might. With Gordon and Gary, it's an electrician's delight. Power tools in their hands, making work a breeze in the heart of Germany, where precision's guaranteed.
Winner. Let's just go with that one, winner.
Fantastic.
Okay. Yeah, so to have your own song composed by the team here, we've had to take up a few banjo and guitar lessons in the background.
Hours of fun there. Hours of fun on that.
Yeah, hours of fun trying to do. I've got my own song. Rick's got his own song. Stephen Hurrell's got his own song. So if he wants to hear that at some point, Joe's created a song for him.
See the song for Jenny now, don't we, Jenny?
We need a song for Jenny. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we can do.
Well, not yet, but will we?
We can compose them. We come in the morning, a bit like Oasis in the early days. Thrash it out. We'll do Supersonic in 10 minutes in a chip shop. It's not a problem to us. We can bash these tunes out. So it was great fun, and we'd like to thank all the people at Klauka and all the other influencers, stroke content creators, stroke people that use Klauka tools that they were naming themselves down there. It was a wonderful, pleasurable experience, and hopefully we'll get an opportunity to do something like that again in the future. which was great fun. Now, we have had a good question in. It talks about maybe storing manuals and things like that. So if you're a regular installer of kit from, say, I don't know, My Energy Zappy and the Libby EV charger, those brochures and manuals that come with it, are they stored within the platform?
Yeah, so on your mobile device, we've got a knowledge base in there, and
We're not interested because it sounds like it's got everything, hasn't it?
well, everything's in there, and if there's anything not in there that someone needs or an installer needs, that's more, more specific. They just need to let us know.
And you'll put it in.
We'll put it in. We're even videos as well, videos, data sheets, specifications, anything that's useful, or that will provide use to the installer or the customer, because you can use it at point of sale as well.
That sounds great, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I
hope so.
I think everyone, hopefully, along with me, has been impressed with the InstallHub. Link is in the description. Our show's been brought together today by the two Smiths. So Mr. and Mrs. Smith have been in today for us with the InstallHub, okay, and link is in the description. We thank you for supporting this live stream. Yeah. And I would like to suggest that you've been put through what I think is a serious bunch of questions from a very sceptical person on that. And I think you've come out with flying colours. Yeah. And I think that if anyone's considering trying a platform, I think they should probably try and consider trying your one.
We're happy to do demos and things as well. So we'll do all that. And we do have an eFIXX offer as well, which we can...
What's the eFIXX offer?
So it's eFIXX 20% for if you come through eFIXX and use eFIXX code. So we'll provide that. I think we can provide that, and then that'll work.
Did I know about that before the show started?
No.
No, okay, so okay.
Can I be honest, I forgot to tell you. forgot to tell you.
So there'll be an eFIXX Gold.
When you sign up and subscribe to the platform, if you type in eFIXX 20, you'll apply a discount to your order.
We'll add that to the description, I think, when we finish the live stream.
Apologies, I forgot to tell you.
Well, is it lowercase?
I thought I'd drop that on you, see if I could catch you out.
Well, you did. Is it case sensitive?
Yes. Case sensitive.
It's all lower.
Lowercase e.
Lowercase, all lowercase.
Yeah, it's like your...
You thought I'd get it right, wouldn't you?
yeah, no worries. So it's all lowercase, yeah? Okay, so, wow, folks, I don't think we could do any more than that. We've got a mystery code at the end of it, so eFIXX 20 gets you 20% discount as well. If you do try it, you have any issues, it sounds like you can go back to them again. You've got the live streams as well to vent. If you use it like Darren Cranis sounds like he's using it and you'll find it an absolute joy to use, obviously that feedback in future weeks will also help our community decide whether they want to try this platform. But like I said, we've heard a lot of people's stories, but I think yours stands up rather well, Stephen.
Thank you.
So,
I appreciate that, Gary.
I'd like to think with Darren Cranis's pink stamp of approval, you're in a really, really strong position.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you ever so much for that. Yeah, really. And you took those questions really well.
Thank you.
As always, we're going to be back here in 2 weeks, and we couldn't do this live stream without you tuning in, and we greatly appreciate it, whether you be on Facebook or whether you be on YouTube, for coming to us each fortnight. We're back in 2 weeks. And our show will be set in the future. We're not going to tell you exactly what it is yet, but there's going to be some super surprises when we come back. You can nominate yourself for the eFIXX Awards with a link in the description. We might see you at the Installer Show. The link is in the description for free registration for that. You might want to try the InstallHub, not installer. We've spent installer, InstallHub. Install lowercase, uppercase for hub. There is a link in the description where I've just muscled up for you eFIXX 20 for a 20% discount off your first one. Let's roll those end credits and you all have a lovely evening. See you in 2 weeks.
If I can find them.
Oh, we can't find him. Where's Rick? Bring back Rick.
Oh, wait, here we go.
Bring back Rick.
He's following his glory on the wall, isn't he?
It's just all gone. He can't. Now Rick's in. He can't find. We got any end credits?
Yeah, we're good.
Bang the end credits and see you.
Have a good week, everyone. Goodbye.